So I went to a specialist recently to get a hearing test. And one of the annoying things about going to the doctor is those intake forms where you have to fill out like your drug history, you know, like the medications you're on, or your drug history, you know, your emergency contact information, the primary care physician and their contact information. And it takes a while to fill this out. And the stuff like emergency contact or primary care doctor stuff is really annoying because I've moved a lot. I'm swapping doctors a lot. I don't have any of this stuff memorized, or I'm having to switch, right? So I have to look these people up, online. I have to okay, so this doctor's UCLA and they're in Culver City and right, and okay, okay, here's the address, here's the phone number, right? And it takes a while, and it's annoying. So I've done this a lot. I've done this at the dermatologist. I've done this at the primary care doctor itself. I've done this at the eye doctor. I'm switching eye doctors. I'm having to do it at the new eye doctor, right? I haven't got a gastroenterologist yet, but when I do that, I'm going to have to do it at the gastroenterologist, right? So now I have to go see an ENT because I want to get a hearing test. And calling them up was annoying, but they say, okay, great, you want a hearing test? Great. You got to come in and see the doctor, and then they'll determine, and then they'll schedule a hearing test. I'm like, I have to come in to see the doctor, and then I'll get the hearing test? It's like, yes. Like, can we not just schedule the hearing test? Right? It's like, no, you have to see the doctor. You have to establish care. I think it's just another word for spend more money. Because the doctor, I need a hearing test. The doctor's not going to look at me and go, no, you don't. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go, I need a hearing test. Why? Because I had an event that made stuff bad, and I want to check if my hearing's okay. And he'll be like, I don't believe you. I don't think you had a bad event. That's not going to occur. It's a hearing test. It's not like I'm asking for chemotherapy at random, right? I'm asking for them to check my hearing, but I have to go into the office. So I set up an appointment. They make me open a portal. I have yet another login, another password, open a portal to this particular office. Then I go to the office. It takes me 90 minutes to get there because I go by train and I have to walk there, and the whole process takes hour, quarter to 90 minutes. And then they hand me a form and they're like, fill it in this, emergency contact information. So I'm pulling out my phone, I'm looking all this stuff up, and it's super annoying, and I'm taking a long time. And I give them their copy of the same freaking information. I should just write it down, laminate, and just hand it to people. So, okay, see the doctor. They send me away to come back later to see to get the hearing test because that person is a different person and they only are on Fridays and blah 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 blah. So weeks go by. I do the 90-minute trip back. Now I'm traveled 4.5 hours, right there, back, and there again. And I get to the same clinic, same office, and they hand me a form when I show up. And on this form, it's asking me for the drugs I'm taking, my primary care doctor, my emergency contact, and I look at this and I say, you have this information. They're like, no, you have to fill that out. I'm like, no, I filled this information out. I gave it to you. I'm already a patient. And they're like, no, that was for the doctor. This is for the audiologist, the hearing test. I'm like, but I'm in the same building. I'm talking to the same receptionist who, nothing's different. I was here before. Why? Why am I filling this out? You have this information. That was for the doctor. This is for the hearing test. I took the clipboard and I banged it on the counter. I said, this is annoying. This stuff takes a long time to fill out. I lost it. I kind of lost my cool. Their eyes got big. I'm sure they didn't like me at that moment. But it's so annoying that you have to do this over and over again. I guess it's because the guy who does the hearing test is, different provider. But, like, who cares? This is a problem that should be solved. Like, when I filled out the one form, they could have had me fill out both forms. They know why I was there. They know why I was there. They could have just taken the information and copied it. I could say, just transfer my records across. Whatever. For fun, I am tempted to fill in different information on each of them and see what the hell happens. My emergency contact is Bob on this one, and it's Jessica on the other one. And just see them freak out. Like, just have an emergency on purpose. While I'm... Oh, yeah, because when I went in for that appointment, I saw both the doctor and then I saw the hearing test dude. I saw them both in the same thing. So I should have had an emergency, and then they would have known which form to grab. Or if I had an emergency with the one doctor, they go and pull my emergency information for that doctor, and then I get through that, I go to get the hearing test, I go and have an emergency at the hearing test, and they're like, crap, where's, let's pull his emergency information. Oh, it's different. Oh my God, what do we do? I had a similar scenario where I was at work, and our company had been purchased by another company, and they gave us this form where we could declare our race, ethnicity, whether we're a veteran, that kind of stuff, and it said it was optional. So I opted not to fill it out. And it said it was optional. I opted not to fill it out, and then they came back and said, not optional. And part of me thought, I should claim I'm like a Black, Native American, female veteran. Because all this information is information the government has. So I feel like the only thing this is doing is setting me up to get in trouble. Like, oh, you're not a veteran, you're not female. Like, no shit. And the reason you know that is because you didn't need me to tell you. Anyway, okay, that's what's on my mind today. Crap, 8 minutes. Ugh. Bye.